Yeah. It's Tsotsi Funk TV, man. Today we got Trick in the house. What's up, dog?
Hey, I'm good, bro. How you doing? Thank you for having me, man.
Nah, lovely.
Yeah.
Tricky, my man. Why the name changed from Rhuff to Tricky, man?
Bro, I've been Rhuff Sketch, right? RHUFF for the longest time, ever since I started rapping.
Yeah.
Right. And I changed my name 2020, the 18th of July.
Yeah.
The reason for the name change, I felt like I needed a transformation because I was also changing the way I do my music.
Okay.
Right. I was trying to, it was just basically evolution.
Yeah.
Later on, after I changed my name to Tricky, I realized that Tricky actually comprises of my actual government name.
Yeah.
Right? If you take Tume Direbao Nekantani, there's Tricky in there, and I was like, what? This was meant to be.
Yeah.
Tricky also gives me a new age type of approach.
Yeah.
Right? Via music and via image. I've changed a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm tricky, I'm slippery, I'm unpredictable.
Yeah.
That's what I usually say.
Yeah.
And that's how the name came about, man. Yeah.
What about your old fans that called you or preferred Rhuff?
Hence Red and Blue Faces. So when I rebranded, right? When I rebranded, I decided I knew there was going to be conflict.
Yeah.
Between Rhuff Sketch and this new name, which is a bit,
Yeah.
So I came up with a project. I had to take out a project when rebranding called Red and Blue Faces.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So Red and Blue Faces also has a meaning behind it. How the red would be the people who always supported me as Rhuff Sketch.
Okay.
And me hoping for them to convert to the blue.
Yeah.
To the blue side.
No, makes sense.
And become Tricky.
Yeah.
And accept me for Tricky because that's where we're going. So I understand this conflict. Name changing is always risky for any brand.
Yeah.
But I was willing to take that risk because I know what's happening and I'm happy with it, man. I just hope everybody climbs aboard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Rhuff Sketch will not make sense with the music that I'm making now. If you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is your music more deeper now?
Rhuff Sketch was deeper.
Okay.
Rhuff Sketch always had a message that is deep and political,
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm not that person anymore. I used to be sad. I used to be down. But I'm not that person anymore. I don't represent who Rhuff Sketch is anymore.
Oh, yeah.
I transformed to someone who's happier, who understands himself more. You understand?
Yeah.
And I became Tricky because honestly, the name in a little new age, trap, even though I'm not mainly trapping,
okay,
there is trap in my music. It will just sound tricky.
Yeah.
In a way.
How would you define your sound though?
Right now, honestly, there's no way to define it because I cannot reference it to anything else.
Yeah.
Right. All I know is that it's hip hop. It will be new age.
Yeah.
And I have a new message. I have a different message. I've grown. I've found myself.
Yeah.
You understand? And people are gonna find that out now.
Yeah.
The music that I'll be taking out after this. This was rebranding to show you it's a bit of Rhuff Sketch here and a bit of Tricky.
Yeah.
In this tape.
Yeah.
So the next project I take out will be completely Tricky. You won't hear anything Rhuff Sketch, and you'll be able to differentiate who Rhuff Sketch was in his music and who Tricky is now.
Yeah. The evolution.
The evolution, bro.
Yeah. Tell us a bit about the
project.
The innovation I see there.
Red and Blue Faces. So I decided to release this in a different manner.
Yeah.
Right. This is a criticized card USB. So this is the one that I usually use to show people how you open it up.
Okay.
And it's actually a USB, right? There's no more CDs, guys. Let's be realistic.
Yeah, true.
The era that we live in now, USB, digital.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I thought, why do not, if I'm gonna rebrand and become Tricky, I should also distribute my music in a different way.
Yeah.
And that's how this came about.
Yeah.
I got the plug. There was another associate artist who put me on some, hey man, I've done this, you can do this too. Let's pioneer this.
Yeah.
And this is how it came about, and this is how I was able to release Red and Blue Faces.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a new thing. It's a new thing, bro.
It's a new thing. I'm digging it, bro.
Yeah. And I'm loving the support, man. People are starting to show love.
Yeah.
Even on digital platforms. I've taken it out. It's on your Spotify's, on your YouTube's, so please check that out on my timeline.
Yeah.
I'll obviously be giving you my handles later on.
Yeah. Okay. So how did your love for music begin?
I actually started writing. It was writing.
Okay.
It wasn't even music. Primary, I wrote short stories a lot.
Okay.
I used to show them to my parents, and they were like, "You're a good writer." you know, and I was like, yeah. But then we moved from Klerksdorp to Mafikeng when I was like in grade 7. And when that happened, I got to see Bobo Jabba and a whole new side of music.
Yeah.
Motswako. I never knew Motswako before that.
Yeah.
And I got here and I saw Bo Jabba, and I saw the folk movement, you know.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I joined Expressions.
Yeah.
Back then it's no longer here.
Yeah.
And that's where I started developing as musically, you know, okay, what, I'm an artist too. Oh, I can jump on a beat. Oh, this is nice. And people received me in a positive manner. And I was like, maybe I'm inclined to this. You know, it's not just writing, it's also melodies, and
Yeah.
that's how I fell in love with it. It started from the beginning of high school. Yeah.
But you started with writing.
Yes. No, I started with writing ka primary.
Go primary.
When I got to high school and I was here in Mafikeng,
Yeah.
that's when I saw, oh, wait, man, my writing can be on rhythm now.
Yeah.
You know,
On
I was
melody, on
fascinated.
beat,
I was
yeah.
fascinated how they were doing it this side.
Yeah.
And I joined the wagon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right there. Right there.
So I started Kamutswako as well, but right now I'm 20% Mutswako. I do edit, but I've been comfortable with English. I grew up with English. I only learned my mother tongue growing up. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now, bro.
So would you say Jabba's your point of reference?
I would say the whole movement.
Yeah.
When I saw Jabba, he was the first I saw. Yes.
Yeah.
Point of reference. He was the first point of reference to say, oh, you can do this in this manner.
Yeah.
And it can sound like this.
Yeah.
Oh, I went crazy. I went crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you want to achieve with your sound?
What I want to achieve with my sound, basically I want to get a new market.
Yeah.
Not leaving the people who used to support me. So it's a bit of a tug and pull right now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But I'm playing it very safe, right? But I'm not scared as well. You know, I'm trying to get a new market. I want people to hear me, right? Ba Rhuff Sketch.
Yeah.
And I want to accommodate them as Tricky as well, because I'm still the same person.
Yeah.
You know, so if you can just take away that little, you know, mind frame, he's no longer this guy, so he'll never make the music we used to like.
Yeah.
Give him a chance. Give him a chance. He's tricky. You never know.
Yeah, but let's say in terms of your sound, né?
Yes.
From rough to tricky.
Yes.
Has there been a but I feel rough should come back.
Yeah.
I don't feel this tricky. You know.
Not yet.
Have you encountered such?
Not yet actually, not with the music. Here's the thing, Tricky, this is the first project that I've taken out as Tricky.
Yeah.
And what I've got, the reception I've gotten from this alone is insane, you know what I mean? The only tag and pull I've been hearing about this is the name change.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, the music is definitely different, bro. It's grown. You know, I've grown a lot. I took about a year or 2 years not releasing. My previous tape was OBUK that I released in 2018 as Rhuff Sketch.
I used to dig that EP,
thank
man.
you very much, bro.
I still bump it now.
Salute.
Yeah.
I still like a few songs there as well, you know.
Yeah.
But the transition, as you will see, I think you have your own copy as well.
Yeah.
As you'll see, if you listen to it and you compare the two, I think you'll hear where I'm trying to go musically. You know what I mean? I'm trying to cater for more than South Africa.
Yeah.
I'd like Africa to hear me.
Yeah.
I'd like Europe to hear me. You know, so I'd like to incorporate all of that, but not be a mixed clay of confusion. It should still be a body of work.
Oh, that's why you said earlier on that you're still working on developing new markets and opening up new, probably say international markets.
Yes.
For your sound.
Yes.
No, I like that.
Without the traditional roots.
Yeah.
Yes.
What are you most grateful for musically?
I'm grateful for the inclination itself.
Yeah.
I'm grateful that I'm given the gift to express myself in this manner. You know, besides I've never been, look, blowing up is a great thing.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. But once you have your own listeners and supporters and you grow with them, blowing up doesn't really matter anymore. You have your own following, you know, and there's millions of people in the world where you don't even need to blow up, you know. It would be dope though. I'd love to, you know, but I do cater for mainstream. I'd like to cater for underground as well, but balanced.
Yeah. So with your new mixtape, I see you pushing it digitally too.
Yes, definitely. It's on all social platforms, Vele. On all music platforms, your Deezer, your Amazon. Please support, guys.
Yeah.
We need to support local artists.
Yeah.
You know, we trying very hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I got the hard copy as well.
Yeah.
So if you just look for Tricky SA, Red and Blue Faces, you will find me on these music platforms. Yeah, bro, it's like I just want to do it everywhere. I'm on playlists. I'm putting myself on playlists now.
Yeah.
Get the word out there. You know what I mean? Because you'll find sometimes that you're in an environment where your music doesn't belong there.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe it belongs in other places as well.
Yeah.
So you cannot just have hard copy.
Yeah.
You need to be digital. You need to, be flexible enough to say, hey, man, get my music here. Or look Australia.
Yeah, no, true. So with the hard copy, I'm digging the fact that the money comes to you directly.
Exactly. Straight to your pocket.
You know what I mean? You don't have to wait for a million streams. You know, you don't. It's money right there in your pocket.
Exactly.
Wouldn't you say that's better?
It is much better.
As compared to like pushing it through these music platforms, digital platforms. Yeah,
of course. I would prefer everyone to go hard copy, because ever since I've started with even the previous project, I could see the value in that exchange.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There were times with the previous one where I dropped them at certain checkpoints around my Mafikeng, so that people could find it accessible. You know, and I could see the revenue coming in on some. You know what? If I continue this, you know, this could be much better than the streams and downloads that people get, and then you get people eating more than you are of your own music.
Yeah.
You know, it's just that these media platforms are also important. You know, not leaving out your hard copy.
Yeah.
It's important just to get out there, because they're always like upgrading Lebon algorithms, you know.
All the time.
Exactly.
All the time.
But this is much better.
Yeah.
Hard copy, see the value in hard copies.
Yeah. Is there anything that you see yourself doing besides music?
Of course. I see myself opening a lot of businesses. I also like helping people just generally, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's businesses I'd like to, like even property. I'm going to get into property as well. You know? So it's just it can't just be music. You cannot depend on music alone. You know, you need to spread your wings. Look at other things. I doubt God would incline you to music alone.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
You must have another life path which incorporates, you know, what you love and what you need to do. So there's plenty other things, bro. I think I'm a businessman as well. I'm going to start my entrepreneurship companies this year, 2021. I'm starting a whole lot of businesses, actually. Which maybe if you interview me next time, you'll see some that are already up and about, you know, and then we can talk about that as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
One way.
Yes, yeah.
Are you a freestyle artist?
I've always, like I said, when I started writing. I could have been a freestyle artist. There was a time I practiced and I could feel, back then in high school, and I could feel, oh, I can freestyle. But the discouragement around me was how there's no money in it.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to focus on that, then I'm going to neglect the things that actually will bring me money.
Yeah.
You know, so I love freestyling, yes, but I wouldn't do it publicly.
Yeah.
I'm more of a writer. I'm more of an intentional messenger,
if
I could say, which I guess
there's an art in writing.
Exactly, bro.
There's an art, and writing's a skill.
Yes. If I had put more time in it, if anyone puts more time in freestyling, they'll be the best freestylers. Exactly.
Like there is no market in, I would say, South Africa.
Especially in South Africa.
You know, that underground market where you can actually sustain yourself through, you know,
through just freestyling or battling.
We need to create that, don't you think?
That's true, bro.
You know,
I feel like people are not invested in that a lot, and that is part of the culture.
Yeah.
You cannot leave that out. You know, that's part of the hip hop umbrella.
Yeah.
But I hope there's people who will be inspired enough to bring those about. And because I mean, there's a lot of artists who freestyle, who do battles. They don't have the platform, and they feel like they don't belong.
Or artists that feel they don't want to push the sound commercially.
Exactly. Yeah, there's people who don't want to push
You know what I
commercially.
mean? Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they feel like this is the route, but there's no platforms for that. And I feel like that is unfair. You know? Yeah.
Because the way you're pushing it now is still underground-ish.
True. Backpacking. This is backpacking.
You know what I mean?
This is I'm walleting
you know,
it.
you're walleting it. You know what I mean?
It's the same concept.
It's the same concept. We just need to grow the market, you know, to make it more feasible.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Nah, for sure, man. No, Tricky, man. Thank you for your time, man.
Thank you so much, broski. Social handles, you can find me on Facebook, Tumedi Tricky, RSATUMEDI, Tricky, as you spell Tricky, RSA. On Twitter, you can find me on at Tricky_RSA, right? And on Instagram, you can find me at Tricky_RSA_.
Yeah. Yeah, man, you heard the man. It's Tsotsi Funk TV, man. You're Tricky. Thank you again, man.
Thank you, man. I hope you do this again.
Push this Tricky, you know, EP, man. It's an innovative concept, and I've never seen this before.
Thank you very much, bro. Thank you very much. I'm glad to be one of the pioneers of this.
It's one of the dopest concepts I've seen in 2021.
Thank you.
To be honest,
and
man.
Please get your order as well, guys, out there.
Yeah.
My phone numbers are 061-243-1135.
Yeah. You heard the man. It's Tricky, man. Yo, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Yo, we're out, man. It's Tsotsi Funk TV. Thanks, Tricky, again, man.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah.